Hey, it's Amanda from Loops and Love Crochet, and I'm just working on this fun tapestry or Intarsia crochet pattern today, and I thought I'd give you a little peek on how the stitches are working up. So this is going to be a pillow cover. The free pattern you can find on the blog. There's going to be two panels. One's going to say Merry and the other one is going to say Bright. And then you can work at it as two separate pillowcases with a solid color on the back, or you can make one side of your pillow say Merry and the other side say Bright, just depending on what you want to do with your pillow cover. So for this part of the pattern, I have this grid here that I made. So I'm following that, working the stitches. This is all worked in back and forth rows of single crochet. So I'll do one row turn and then work the other row on the back on the way back. So we're going back and forth from the bottom to the top of this graph here. So as you can see, I have finished the letters already and I'm working on the little Christmas lights at the top here. So I'm going to be coming across this way from right to left, and I'm going to be working, I have the first little stitch of each light here. So I'm going to be working in the second row of the Christmas light. So we'll do the yellow and then the purple and then the blue with the white stitches in between, all the way back from right to left. And then we'll turn our project over and then we'll work back on the other side here. And then so on, all the way up to the top. So I only have these three colors connected right now because as you can see in the pattern, I'm only working with the three bottom portions of the lights with the white in between there. And then as we work our way up, we'll have some gray that we'll be adding in. And then when we finish these three lights, we'll be working on the top three lights. So for this next row here, I'll be working on the right side of the pattern. So on the right side of the grid here, we'll be dropping our yarn tails to the back. So we're not carrying it along with us. And then if we're working on the wrong side, so we're working along the back, we'll be dropping all of the yarn on the same side that we're working on. So we want to keep this side nice and clean. And the back, I'll give you a little peek. It's a little frightening. So here's the back here. So as you can see, we won't see this part. It'll be inside of the pillow. So you can just kind of tie off your ends here, make sure that they're secure. And we don't need to carry our yarn along with us that we're not using. Then we can just drop the yarn and then pick it up where you need it again. So as you can see, there's spots here where the white yarn or the gray yarn's pulled across a few stitches, and you just drop it wherever you end off on the last stitch of one color and then pick it up again when you're starting the next stitch of that color. And this way it keeps a nice clean front. You don't see any different colors of yarn peeking through it all. It's just nice and tidy on the front here. Okay, so for this next row of the pattern here, we're going to be working, we'll start off with 7 stitches of white and then 3 yellow, and then we'll have 7, 8, 9, 19 stitches of white and then 3 purple and then 19 stitches of white and then 3 blue, and then the last, I think 17 stitches of white. They're just working the white all the way to the end, and then we'll chain 1 and turn, and then we'll come back on the reverse side. Now for keeping the yarn tails kind of tidy here, all I did was for each Christmas light you'll only need about a yard or less of each color. So I just kind of cut off a piece of each color so I don't have the full skeins attached, so everything doesn't get twisted when I turn. So that's kind of a little tip there for you. So we're going to start off with just our stitches of white here from the end. And that will be 7 stitches. And there's the 7th stitch. So the last stitch of the first color, I'm going to work it up right until the last yarn over. And because I'm working with the right side facing me, I'm going to drop the white behind. I'm going to pick up the yellow. And then I'll pull through the yellow here. And then I need to work my 3 stitches of yellow. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to be switching back to the white again. So I'm going to keep this attached here. I'm working my yellow all the way up till the last yarn over, and then I'm going to drop the yellow behind, and then I'm going to find the white tail, and then I'll pull back through with the white. And now I need to work all the way across with my 19 stitches of white here. So I'll just go all the way across with the white. And these are all worked in single crochet stitches, just normal single crochet through both loops here. Okay, so my last stitch of white up to my last yarn over, dropping the white down behind, picking up the purple, yarn over, pull through with the purple to complete that single crochet, and then I'm going to work my 3 single crochet stitches in the purple. There you go, right up to the last yarn over, drop the yarn, pick it up, the white, and then I'll work my other stitches in the white. So I'm just going to give, when you switch colors, sometimes it leaves the yarn a little bit loose, so you can just give it a small little tug in the back. You don't want to pull it too tight because then your tension will be off. And there we go, last stitch of white, drop the white behind, pick up the blue, yarn over, pull through in blue, and then I'm going to work my 3 stitches in blue, so 1, 2, and 3, up to the last yarn over, dropping the blue, picking up the white, yarning over, pull through. I'm just going to pull that blue tail down a little bit. And then that's it. So you can see that it's formed just the little bottom of each of the little Christmas lights there. And you'll keep going all the way to the end here. Okay, so now that we're ready to work on the next row here, we're just going to check out our graph. So we're going to be coming back from the left to the right here, working on this row here. So we're going to start off with our white stitches, and then we have 5 blue, a bunch of white, 5 purple, a bunch of white, and then finishing up with our 5 yellow, and then just the white all the way to the end there. And then we'll chain 1 and turn and start working our way back. So you're just going to go from right to left and then right to left and back and forth rows here. And you'll see that you'll have to add in some gray yarn for the tops and bottoms of the Christmas lights there, and then you'll work on the last 3 lights at the top. So we're going to continue on with this next row here, and because we're working on the wrong side, we're going to make sure that we drop our yarn towards us rather than on the other side of the project, because if you drop it to the back here, you're gonna see it on the front of the pillow. So we want to keep dropping those yarn tails towards us. So I've done my chain 1. So I'm just gonna start working my white stitches across here. And then I'll show you how the dropping your yarn tail works here, so that you make sure that you drop it on the wrong side. That way we can keep the front of our project nice and tidy. Okay, so here we are, one more stitch of white. Now I'm going to drop the white towards us. So I'm just going to hold it down here. And then I'm going to pick up the blue, yarn over, pull through with the blue. And then just making sure that the white is on this side of the project, on the same side you're looking at, you're going to work the 5 stitches of blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to drop the blue yarn towards us, and then we're going to pull the white back over, and then we'll yarn over and pull through with the white, and then making sure our blue tails are both on this side, we're going to continue on with our white stitches there. So that's it. You just need to remember to bring the yarn tails towards you on this side here. And then work all the way across to the purple. Okay, so I just did one too many white stitches there. So my last white stitch, drop the yarn towards us. Just gonna get this blue yarn out of the way here. So I'm gonna pick up the purple, yarn over, pull through with the purple, making sure that white tail is out of the way, and then I'm gonna work my 5 stitches of purple. And then I'm gonna drop the yarn tail down, pull back up my white and bring it over. There we go. And then I'm just gonna continue on with the white all the way to the end and doing the exact same thing with the yellow. So let's show you what this looks like on the other side right now. So here's the bottom of our little lights here. As you can see here, the same as the ones that are already finished here as well. So we're just going to continue on all the way up to the top in the same way that I just showed you, alternating between working on the right side and working on the wrong side. You can find this free pattern here on the blog, loopsandlovecrochet.com. I hope you found this little tutorial helpful. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to this YouTube channel and followed Loops and Love Crochet on Instagram and on Facebook. Thanks for watching.